Hello and welcome back to another Reaconteur video, and in today's video I'll be going over everything soon to be added to Deepwoken, or that will potentially be coming to Deepwoken. That would be me. I am coming to Deepwoken. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe, since only about 20% of the people watching right now are actually subscribed. And also, it might be my birthday when this video is uploaded, so if it's July 15th, Monday, when this video goes out, it is my birthday, so give me money. Anyway, let's get into it. Give me money. Let's get into it. I will talk about all of the known Conquest information in a second, but do you guys know what's more important than Conquest that's supposed to be coming to Deepwoken pretty soon? All the new drip that's going to be added to the game. As many of you may know, I am currently holding off on doing drip reviews until Conquest, because Conquest is going to be coming with new cosmetic items, which will allow for some fresh drip to come into the streams. Some of the new items coming to Deepwoken with Conquest include the Inquisitor's Duster, one of the best looking coats in the game that was actually glitched so it was obtainable, but it was removed from all of the loot pools and will be re-released into the Conquest loot pool after likely getting some better stat buffs, because all of the ones that we have seen in the past had some trash stats. But since it's going to be new gear from the new mode, it'll probably have better stats when it actually releases. Along with that, we know the Bloodsworn Effigy weapon will be coming as a reward from Conquest as well. This weapon is the winner for the 3rd Deepwoken art contest, which is why it's being added next update, or well, next big update. And this is going to be some insane drip since it's customizable with your guild's emblem and color. Overall, the drip that we are getting from this next large update is probably going to be insane, with the two known pieces being the Bloodsworn Effigy, which is just like the drippiest weapon in the entire game since you can customize it, and the Inquisitor's Duster, which looks better than every other jacket in the game right now. So I cannot wait to see how you guys will style these and not win my drip contest, because you're somehow going to still mess it up by having your gold rings on your silver and gray build. Next up is Soulbreaker. This is most likely an oath, and the Deepwoken Twitter states, "Those who wield 3 murmurs in harmony, dramatically amplifying their capabilities." This basically means you're just going to get 3 superpowered murmurs and be able to use them all at once or interchangeably, which is pretty cool. I think that this oath is probably going to be devoid of any actual oath buffs or abilities, since the point of it is to get 3 murmurs which are buffed in exchange for the oath that it would be occupying. So no, you can't get Dawnwalker, but you can get this oath, and then it'll probably be super broken on release. This seems really cool and has a lot of potential because, you know, the black and purple blast they include in the screenshot, it's either one of two things. It's Ardor. Yeah, it's probably Ardor. Ardor is purple. Or it's not any sort of murmur we've seen, so it could add some completely new murmurs to the game with Conquest as well, which is interesting to see. More than likely, though, it is probably just a super buffed version of Ardor, since Ardor is the only oath which is also purple, and it can be used kind of like an attack. So yeah, it's probably just Ardor Scream, but super buffed, maybe into like Ardor Roar or something. And also there's new lore. The King of Etria is stated to use 3 murmurs, so Soulbreaker is likely his ability, which means we may be seeing a new bunch of lore involving the true King of Etria's coming back, and potentially killing the Lord Regent or something. More than likely though, it's going to be like one quest line that ends on a cliffhanger and doesn't actually accomplish anything, kind of like, you know, the Contractor quest line. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the opposite of Contractor, but equally lame. Now, another addition way more important than Conquest: farming. We are finally getting the Deepwoken farming update. We've had fishing for so long, so what more do we need in this game? Farming. Now, how does this fit into Deepwoken lore? Well, you see, the essence of the Coral Fiend, which is now asleep, has spread through the world through his ash, and because of that, we can grow living non-plant organisms imbued with magic. This is proven through the fish meat seed, which... who made this? Regardless, I'm really reaching with all that farming lore stuff. It's probably not going to have any lore behind it. You're just a farmer. I'm guessing that's all it's going to be, because realistically, how are they going to fit farming with fish meat into the lore? I can't see how it would work, but knowing Archmage and Raguzer, it's going to be something about the communist ocean, like getting rid of all the capitalist fishes so it imbued magic into them and sent them to the overworld or something. I don't know. Anyways, there's also a new oath involving the hero's blades, as we can clearly see. This is the Blade Master icon ripped straight from Rogue Lineage on his forehead. This is important for a few reasons. First of all, this confirms Deepwoken is Rogue Lineage 2. Second of all, it shows us the devs are a bit lazy. Third of all, Blade Master and Deepwoken. Anyway, this is the Saint Sworn, which will be some sort of lightning weapon. Since it's Blade Master, more than likely the requirements will be max power, Godseeker rank and chime, and then wiping a power 20 build with Godseeker 15 times over to progress and get all the abilities, just like in Rogue Lineage. In fact, the obtainment method is going to be the exact same as Rogue Lineage, so it's not going to be fun. Anyway, I know obviously most of you care more about Conquest and all the other stuff I was talking about, so let's get into all the Conquest stuff that we've seen. First of all, we've seen 3 maps, I think. 2 of them might be the same map. It's kind of hard hard to tell. I'll explain that in just a minute, but first of all, the Hive Aerotel map looks amazing. My only concern is, what is that big red glowing house looking thing over there in the second screenshot? If anyone has any ideas on what that is, put it down in the comments below. What I think it is potentially like an objective point or something, or you know, maybe it's just like not going to be in the game and they accidentally just left that there in the screenshot, who knows. But I doubt it's an accident. That's going to be important. Next is the Central Luminant map, which is very important for one of two reasons. Either the devs are also working on the Central Luminant, which is why Conquest is 4 months overdue, which would be huge, because they always said, oh, we're probably not going to add the Central Luminant, kind of like how they say they're not going to add Layer 3, right? But if this is supposed to be a map that takes place in the Central Luminant, then it means that we could be getting the Central Luminant with the Conquest update, which would mean the 4 months overdue update could be worth it. Alternatively, they're deciding to include the map in the Central Luminant without the Central Luminant in question as a way to taunt the player base, because the Central Luminant will be coming out either never or in the next 90 years. And if that's happening, I hate you Deepwoken devs. Anyway, the third map is this Italian resemblant city looking map, which looks like the nicest city in all of Deepwoken, but too bad it's warring in Conquest at all times of day. A part of the same map is these cliffside bases, or at least I think it's the same map. It's not actually confirmed. It's a different screenshot, but it could be the same map, seeing as how they put them out together. Overall, the maps do look absolutely amazing, so good job from the devs building team, and I think that is, it looks amazing so far. We also know there's going to be mobs in Conquest, and first of all is these stone rot creatures. Now, whoever made them, let's just act like they're not the Flame Atronach reskins from the Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim. Except obviously the Elder Scrolls Flame Atronachs are bad as hell, and these rot creatures just aren't. Now, also, the Mudskipper Brutes or the Brood Lords may also be in the Conquest arena. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, no, because they're just an enemy in the game. But the reason I think this is because they were teased along with the Atronach-looking mobs, or slightly after, so they might have actually just released them early randomly instead of with Conquest, where they were originally supposed to be part of. So there is potential that we will see Mudskipper Broodlords in the thing, in Conquest, which is going to be pretty cool. And also, there are these towers that shoot lava rocks at you. Everyone has seen these. These are supposed to be like the towers or turrets from League of Legends. Now, if the Deepwoken Conquest is anything like League of Legends, which I have not played, but it is very likely, considering the fact that Archmage and Raguza are huge nerds, then it's likely that you will need to destroy towers in order to take control of your ground near objectives. These turrets do look different, however, from the main-looking tower we see on their Twitter, so it's likely that this bigger, beefier-looking one is an objective point of some sort. We have also gotten a little bit of hints on how the Conquest systems will work through their Twitter. Basically, they stated that you will go in with your own builds, which are max level, have bell, everything, and as you keep going through, you will gain your own talents back. So I guess they'll have their own little like Conquest mini progression system where you start out weaker, and as you gain either objectives or kills or experience of some sort, you'll get the talents of your build back on your build over time through these progression systems. The way I see it, Conquest is probably going to be like a longer sort of thing than Rogue Lineage's Conquest, because if you know what Rogue Lineage's 6v6 Conquest was like, it was like a 20-minute match. I feel like Deepwoken Conquest could end up being way closer to League of Legends, especially with how massive the maps are. So I think like a Deepwoken Conquest match might end up even being like 30-40 minutes, which would actually be really crazy to see, but that actually does sound really cool, so I can't wait to see what the devs do with all of that. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If I missed anything, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Shoutouts to Kenix, Jake, Cyberboy21, and Drizzy Drake Fan. I love you all, give me money, it's my birthday, and goodbye. And also, if it's not my birthday, this is coming out on the Wednesday after my birthday, give me money anyway as a late birthday gift. I love you all, and goodbye.